to part 3 of this video series, Retiring Soon-ish, 5 Do's and 1 Giant Don't. I am Daryl Rose and I'm your financial strength coach. This channel was created to help people like you create safety, simplicity, and most of all, financial strength at any age or stage of your journey through life. For future retirees, I always ask these 5 questions. What are you going to do with all the time once you retire? What will it cost? How are you going to pay for it? What could go wrong? That's a fun video. And what are your priorities and how will those priorities change? By the way, you can find videos 1 and 2 on the Retiring Soon playlist on this channel, and there are links in the description below and at the end of the video. In video 2, we talked about calculating how much you currently spend and may need each month in retirement. After you have that number, the next step is how are you going to cover the number, and more importantly, how effortless will it be? Let me ask you, do you ever notice who the happiest retirees are? Not this happy. This is kind of weird. Normal, happy retirees with a little extra pep in their step. You know, they just seem a little bit happier, enjoying life. It's individuals who are fortunate enough to have cash deposited directly into their bank accounts, like clockwork, every month in retirement. Sadly, the pensions of our last generation have largely gone away for most of us. It all changed with the introduction of the 401k, and almost overnight, retirees had the task of managing and funding their retirement, a responsibility most people are clearly not prepared for. So what do? Well, there are a couple of ways to approach this. Here's the first way. Divide all your monthly costs into 3 categories. The first category are your needs: food, shelter, transportation, medicine. The second category is wants, activities like going out to dinner or buying a more expensive car than you need or designer clothing or the new iPhone. Aspirational spending is our third category. It's getting an Airbnb in Florida over the holidays, inviting your kids and your grandkids, or legacy goals, or charitable giving and the like. This first approach matches these 3 categories with a specific income source. These sources of income are generally Social Security, pensions, dividend and interest income, annuities. I like a concept called structured note income, but that's a video for another day. With this approach, we aim to cover your needs and most of your wants with guaranteed sources of income. The reason we want this is so that we're not constantly selling investments to pay bills. The aspirational spending component, remember taking the grandkids on a trip if you like them, that category is best covered by your investments or money that's not allocated to your month-to-month spending plan. I prefer this approach. Here's the other approach. Calculate the gap that exists between your projected costs and your guaranteed sources of income. The idea here is the smaller the gap, the less likely it is that you'll be forced to make complex financial decisions as you age. And that's a good thing. Consider how that gap might change over time. As you know, your lifestyle choices and healthcare needs will change during your retirement years. In addition, some discretionary expenses may decline over time in retirement. The only constant is that there will be changes as you navigate your way through the years. These approaches are mostly similar. The main difference being with the second approach, we're lumping all expenses together instead of splitting them apart and matching them directly to an income source. It's a nuanced difference. Whatever the case, they both lead to at least 2 important action steps. Number 1 is start considering how you can create more sources of guaranteed income. And number 2, write it down, and this is catchy, in a written retirement income plan. Your written retirement income plan should be as thick as this stack of books. Kidding. Simply prepare a spreadsheet or have your advisor prepare a projection that shows the total amount of income you can expect to receive every year throughout retirement. Detail this information into each individual income source, showing when each starts, stops, increases, and decreases. For example, if you retire at 65 and take Social Security at 67, we have to account for that. The money to pay your bills before you begin taking Social Security must come from somewhere. That's why we need a more exhaustive analysis. Is it a bit complicated in the beginning? Oh, it is. But so is retirement. Once you learn to focus on income and create your plan, you'll be in a distinctly better position. Without an income strategy, nothing else matters. As former Wall Street Journal columnist Jonathan Clements famously said, retirement is like a long vacation in Las Vegas. The goal is to enjoy it to the fullest, but not so fully that you run out of money. Oh, Jonathan, I don't know you, but I do like your quote. The next video in this series is What Could Go Wrong? Like I said, it's a fun one. You can access videos 1 and 2 by clicking below. Remember to subscribe to Get Financial Strength now for all the information and actionable strategies you need to create safety, simplicity, and financial strength in your future.